Well, hi, I'm Lyle Johnson out here at the Sukanen Museum with Garry Davis from the Sukanen Museum Board of Directors and an original member of this organization.
One of the founding members, yes.
And so we're in the Founders Building, which is something that the four guys who founded it put together, and it's Justin, the cameraman, has never been to Moose Jaw and never been out here, and he's just going gah gah. So
yeah, and thank you. It's an awesome place.
Yeah, and of course, this building is part of it is made like a Studebaker garage. We have Studebakers from your collection and other people in the group, and then all these vehicles are owned by you four guys. So.
Yes, all the vehicles in here are owned by four of the founding members, and we made an arrangement with the museum to build the building, and it'll display our collections, and when we're gone, our families will have a place to display the collections.
Well, that's great. Now, we've been here before. We know that coming up is, of course, the world famous Threshing Bee.
Yes, it's our 48th annual Threshing Bee. Hard to believe. I was here for the first one. And it'll be on the 9th and 10th of September, on the weekend of September 9th and 10th, both days. Lots to see. We'll be, we left some oats standing so we can cut oats with the binder and give people a chance to stook the field and pick up the stooks with a stook loader and take them to the threshing machine and thresh them. We also will have displays of things like blacksmithing, rope making, quilting, square dancing, homemade pie.
Yes, you need to know, ladies and gentlemen, that if you do nothing else when you come here, have the pie. And make sure you buy it from Joyce Walter, because she really likes to work.
Yes, we have a very good hardcore group of women who do a marvelous job of looking after the kitchen and looking after our guests when they're here. So.
And there's so many things going on. You said it's 2 days. A lot of them are repeat stuff. But on Sunday you have a church service.
Yes, church service on Sunday. Parade both days. The tractor parade this year is at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the car and truck parade is at 1 in the afternoon.
What time do people come in at the start of the day?
Pancake breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning, so make sure you come for that.
Yeah. Get fed, because you'll need it for all the walking around that you get to do here, because there's so many things to see. Now in this building there's how many vehicles, Garry?
I think there's 20 somewhere in this building.
You said in the total, in all the buildings out here, just on display right now, there's like 60 or 70?
60 or 70 cars and trucks and about 160 tractors undercover on display, so there's a lot to see.
Oh, is there ever? And of course, the Threshing Bee, the parades are wonderful. Is there any contests like
tractor pull?
Yeah.
Every year we have the tractor pull, and of course there's the elevator for people to see, our 1913 grain elevator, and the Diefenbaker Homestead. John Diefenbaker's original homestead buildings are here.
Where he lived when he was a little boy?
Yeah, that's right. Helped build apparently one of them when he was 11 years old. It says he helped build the one. So neat piece of history and very humble beginnings for a man who became our 13th Prime Minister.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, you've got the Sukanen Ship, which is the name of the, but it in itself is an amazing story for people who haven't seen it.
It really is. The Tom Sukanen story is amazing, and we're happy to have that as the focal point of our museum. And he built the ship during the 30s, and I think toward the end became somewhat obsessed with it. And nowadays we'd consider him eccentric. In those days they considered him crazy, and they took him to the mental hospital in Battleford, where he died shortly after. But his body was exhumed and moved, and now his remains lie in the shadow of his ship.
Yeah, and it's together here.
Yes.
You're gaining quite a collection of firefighting stuff.
Yes, we're gaining quite a collection of everything, but yes, more firefighting stuff all the time, and more agricultural stuff. We have 3 buildings with tractors right now, developing a 4th one, and plans for a 5th, which will be an International Harvester replica of a 50s dealership.
Yeah.
And the plans are in the works for that.
Oh, and of course, what originally started with the little buildings at the front, which are, they're still there, and they're a unique part of history.
They're the whole little town, basically. All we expect to see in a small town, which wasn't our original plan. Our original plan was a car museum, 1 building, but the community had buildings they wanted to see saved, like the Spicer School and Tilney Church and the Baildon Railway Station, so they saw us as a savior. And so the buildings started to arrive, and suddenly we had a pioneer village, and it just has gone crazy from there.
Yeah, you've got the pharmacy, the fish pharmacy, which opened last year, but you got a barber shop and general store.
General store, hardware store, municipal office, service station.
Place for the ladies.
Yes.
With those crazy things.
With the wild, crazy permanent wave things that look like a torture machine.
I think they were.
They probably were.
Yeah. So, and it's all taking place, and people can come out, and it's a reasonable cost.
Yes, it's $10 for the Threshing Bee. Also, we have some camping. If you pre-register, people come in and camp for the weekend, and we just charge $20 for the weekend to camp, no matter how many nights you stay here. And a lot of people come in for the weekend and just.
Well, yeah, the east part of the parking lot is full.
Yes, very full. Yeah. Yes, and we also this year have a new entertainment. We have some Midway Rides. There's a
Yes, where'd you find them?
a couple of people who were carnival people retired and got bored, so they bought 3 carnival rides. They live in Willowbunch, and they're taking them around to various events. So this is their first year. We had them here for our Canada 150 event, and they're coming back for Threshing Bee. And they provide rides and also supply cotton candy, popcorn, snow cones. Everything's $1.
Really?
Yes, only $1. They work on the premise that the cheaper they charge, the more people will buy, and the more. And it was very popular at the Canada 150 days. So we're looking forward to having them back.
What rides do they have?
A little helicopter ride, another whirly gig kind of ride, and a Ferris wheel, which was broken down for the 150, but they hope to have the parts to fix it and have it here for a Threshing Bee. So that'll be a new thing. We had also last year a petting zoo, which we hope we can get back. And so lots to see and do.
Oh, that's for sure. Because the whole place is, we're in one building. How many buildings do you have now?
I think on our map, when we give people a map to tour the museum, there are 48 buildings that they can tour through. So
just the 48.
Just 48, yes.
And there's when you come in through the main office, there's cars in the back there, and there's also there's a souvenir place you can get things.
Yes, souvenirs, and that's right, and ice cream and goodies and things like that, popsicles and.
Well, yeah, popsicles are really good. Yeah. And the old train station from Baildon, and it's got a lot of the equipment that they need to use there. And it's when you think the family lived there and all these storage places and stuff, it's a really interesting building in itself.
It is. It was one-stop shopping. He worked on the main floor. They lived in the back and upstairs. The family lived right in the station because trains would come through at whatever time, and the agent had to be there.
Yeah.
So yes, it's an interesting piece of history.
Yeah. So you've been here since its inauguration. What for you, Garry, is the thing that makes you feel best about being here?
I guess just the fact that it's been so successful, because we started out with the idea of building one building, which would be a car museum, and not much else, and it has grown so much from there, and it's getting better known all the time. We're getting more support, although volunteers are always welcome, so anybody who enjoys old stuff, we would welcome you coming out to help us with whatever you like to do.
Yeah, well, I like to build buildings too.
Cars, trucks, buildings, work in the garden, fix windows, paint, clean, cut grass, whatever you like to do, it's here.
Yeah, and if you thought retirement was too slack and easy, come on out. They'll find something for you to do. I'm just every time I come here, you look around and you go like, it's so good that somebody has taken the interest to show and to care and to maintain these things.
Yes, it's nice that it's being preserved for future generations, because otherwise it would just be gone. Mm-hmm. And so we are doing our best to get the displays better all the time, neater, more organized, better signage.
And you've got Jeanette Chur and her clan out here.
Trying to do, if you can believe this, an inventory of all the items in every building. Now, you want to take on a project, there it is.
Yes. And she comes out 2 or 3 times a week, and I talk to her from time to time, and she says, there's just so much stuff. It's just amazing. But she has experience in her lifetime skills of being able to do inventory. She's used to doing that, and so she has a process all set up, and she comes out with her sister-in-law, and away they go.
Yeah, it's nice those people come out of the woodwork once in a while and offer to help us with various things, because there's just no end of work. When you're trying to maintain a village with 100-year-old buildings, it's constant maintenance and a lot of work. And of course we have Over 100
100
members.
years old.
Well, that's just it. We have over 100 members, but we only see about half of them, and only about half of those are very active, and half of those are over 80. So it's bad when I'm one of the young guys.
And volunteers are always needed out here, Gary.
Always. There's just no end of work to do, and people are welcome to come out and help us with whatever they like to do. They'd be welcome here any time.
Yeah, well, good. I remember back in the day when you first got the Model A and rode down the back alley behind your house, and then it never drove for 2 years after that because you took the body off, put a new one on, and that was your start into this whole thing.
That's right. That was what I call my, they talk about gateway drugs. That was my gateway car. It led me into bigger and more things. But yes, the Model A was where I got started, and it put me in touch with a lot of great people, and with the car club, which eventually became this place, and I'm still here.
Yeah, and still productive and value. So we've got like a minute left, so let's just recap when people can come, what they expect to see.
Okay, Threshing Bee weekend is the 9th and 10th of September. There'll be threshing demonstrations, binding demonstrations, quilting, blacksmithing, rope making, pie eating, tractor pull, parades for tractors and for cars, and a great weekend. And our final event for the year is on the 21st of October, which is our Haunted Museum.
Which is always a big thing here.
Big event. We usually put about 700 people through that one evening, so it's a great night.
Yeah, great. Well, Gary, thanks for taking time out of, you had a busy day of Media Day.
I did.
Yeah, and taking time to talk to us about it. And so hope you can make it out in September to see the museum and the stuff that's here. Ice cream, pies, that's all you need to know. So thanks for being here, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon on Moose Jaw this week.